ladies, welcome back. This is Miss Nava and welcome to my class. If you're new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button before we start class, and I would appreciate it very much. So y'all, we have another viral video that is a teachable moment for the young ladies and maybe the older ladies who have not yet learned how men are, what men do when they don't like you. There are always signs that they don't like you, and this young lady probably overlooked a lot of them, but I know when she was talking, I was like, red flag, nope, red flag. Do not stop, nope, don't go any further, don't collect $200, go all the way back around. She made a lot of mistakes. So we're gonna get into this video and listen to her story, and I'm going to be in and out as she speaks to let y'all know where I think she went wrong and what she should have did instead. So I'll be right back.
So I ghosted my boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and I have not spoken to him since. Before I get into this, I just want to say that me and my boyfriend, we have been together for a year. Well, almost a year, 11 months, a year on February 2nd, we will have been together, okay? My boyfriend is also 34, grown man. He also is a homeowner, has a pretty good job, and also has a business that he's starting. So let's start there, right? So recently, obviously, like you all have known, I've become unemployed. And I have not been able to find a job. I have put in like 30 applications a day. I've got nothing, like barely even an interview. I've gone on 2 interviews. So I've been literally struggling, and I no longer have the funds to afford these bills, okay? Anyways, okay, I'm gonna keep it together for this. I'm not gonna get stressed out. I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. It's something so crazy about having hundreds of thousands of dollars one day and then the next day having nothing. But that's what's going on right now. And so I am vulnerable with my man, and I go, hey, I'm gonna need to like stay with you for a little while I get myself together. Like, I don't have anything on the rent, and so I'm gonna need to move with you while I get myself together. Mind you, I said he has his own house, his own 3-bedroom apartment in a nice neighborhood. He also has a best friend. His best friend lives with him, mind you, and has been living with him for however many years that he's like lived there, almost the whole time he's lived there. And so I'm like, if his best friend can live with him, why not his girlfriend, you know? So I'm like, hey, I need a place to stay. Which honestly, in hindsight, I should have even have to ask for that. He knew I was struggling. He should have said, hey, let me take something off of your plate. Like,
Okay, so I know a lot of women were in the comments saying, yeah, if he's your boyfriend and he sees you struggling, you shouldn't even have to ask. Well, ladies, a lot of these men don't consider themselves to be your boyfriends. Y'all consider them to be your boyfriends because y'all are having sex and having a lot of sex and going on dates. But a lot of these men don't see it like that. That's lesson number 1. He's not obligated to let you come stay with him because you're having a hard time. Remember what I was telling y'all at the end of 2024. This is the beginning of 2025. Start being selfish because men are selfish. And this lesson is to show you that men don't care about what you're going through. They care about what they're going through. And they will easily tell you no if you're homeless. So you need to start doing the same thing and stop taking them in and feeling bad for them. Back to it.
Come stay with me so that you can breathe and get this. If he really cared about me, he would have said that, but he didn't. He sat there and he watched me struggle and then watched me get to the point where I was like, hey, I just need a break. Like, I'm literally so depressed. I'm losing my mind. I can't find anything. Can you please help me? And he said, no. He said, no. He said, no, you cannot live with me. Mind you, living with him is free. Doesn't cost him anything. He said, no. I can't live with him. At first, he goes, oh, I like that we have our own places to retreat to when we get into our arguments.
Let me translate to y'all what that means, because a lot of y'all can't read Galese. He said, I like that I get to leave when we get into arguments and call up somebody else that's not you to come over and spend the night with me. That's what he said. That's what I heard.
And wrong answer. Number one, when we get into arguments, we never leave. Like, we stay in the same room and we continue to talk it out until we work it through, which I think is a really good habit that we have and a really good green flag that we have in our relationship. Yes, do we get into arguments? So does everyone. Yes, do I?
Ma'am, you think that he worked it through with you. He's only trying to get you to shut up so he can get back home and call up his side chick. That's what that is. He's working it through with you fairly quickly because he doesn't care. He doesn't care what you're talking about. So he'll get over whatever you're talking about pretty quick because you're just booty at this point. A lot of y'all are just booty to them. You're coming over, you're cooking, you're having sex with them. That's it.
I lose my cool. I'm a woman, but I rein it back in and we figure it out and nobody goes home. So that's a weird thing to say. We've never even done that. Second of all, that sounds like a problem to me, not a solution. When we get into arguments, we should not be leaving because what happens when we get married? There is no way to go. We both live in the same house. So maybe that's not a good habit to start. Being that we have not started yet, maybe let's not start that now. On our very first date, I told him that I wanted to be engaged within a year. I said, after a year, I want to be engaged. He said that's plenty of enough time for some.
Y'all telling these men this just lets them know how much time they have to mess around with you. You gave him a deadline and he's like, okay, well, I could mess around with her for this long. That's pretty much what y'all are doing when y'all try to set deadlines and stuff. You're not scaring them at all. You're just letting them know the deadline.
Whether or not they want to get married or not. This is what he said. We have talked about it, I shit you not, probably 10 times.
No, ma'am. You talked about it.
I don't think this is going well enough for that to be a realistic goal anymore. Never once did he say, hey, like, let's pump the brakes. I don't think that we're doing that well for it to get to that. So I'm thinking we're doing well. We're on schedule. After a year or a year and a half, we'll probably get engaged. Then he goes, I don't think I'm going to live with someone again until I'm married to them, which is some new boundary that
He's literally telling her that he does not want to live with her. He does not want to help her when she's homeless. She's not listening. He doesn't want to help her. He doesn't want to live with her. He's literally telling her he doesn't care. She's not listening.
made up because he's never said that the whole time we've been together. And I go, maybe it's not a good idea that you live with someone after you already got married to them, because what if you guys are not compatible to live together and you don't know that until after you're already married? Then what? That's really dumb, actually. And so I'm like, okay, that's a completely new thing, but granted, it's been a year. We set our goal for a year. Are we going to get married? And he goes, no, that was your goal.
Exactly. Women do this all the time. Y'all will talk and talk and talk, and the men aren't really saying anything. And in your mind, he's agreeing. And so we are one. Y'all need to stop doing this. You do this to yourself. This man does not want to get married. He doesn't even like you, but she doesn't notice it. She's so desperate because she's about to be homeless. She's trying to force herself on this man, and he doesn't want her. He wants what she's doing for him and what he can get out of her, but he doesn't want her. He's just occupying his time with her, and it's obvious.
Since when was this my goal? It was my goal, but I thought we were in agreement, because you never said that we weren't in agreement. Clearly, I made all this up in my head, and this was never a goal. I just thought it was a goal because I continuously talked about it. And he never said that it was unrealistic. As a matter of fact, he said the quite opposite, that it was a realistic goal to have, and never.
Ma'am, you said you kept talking about it. He didn't talk about it because he didn't agree. He was just listening to you because he knew he didn't plan on marrying you. You gave him a year, and he probably planned on just being gone after that, or just seeing if you would stretch it further than that. You are the delusional one. This man came to get what he came to get, and you gave it to him. And that's why when you were going homeless and needed to live with him, he had no problem telling you no, because that's not what you were there for him. You are the one who had all of these ideals in your head. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, as a woman, I'm speaking from experience. I have been here. Y'all, I'm a woman. A lot of women have been here. We have done this, and we think stuff that is not there because we move too fast, and we think these men really love us because we're having sex with them, and you're spending the night with them, and you're going on dates with them, and all of the time they have other women, and you are the one that just happened to start pushing him and pushing him and pushing him into marriage, and he just agreed with you. I'm glad y'all didn't end up getting married, but he just agreed with you because he still wanted sex from you, ma'am. That's all it was.
As we neared to the end of that year, did he ever say, hey, I don't think we're close to being married? So imagine my surprise when he says, I don't think we're close to being married. We still have things to figure out, because a couple of nights ago, I got super irritated at him and yelled at him and told him to leave my house. And apparently that's enough of a reason for him to be like, whoa, I don't want to marry her. All right. So yeah. And so I said, hey, I'm actually scared that I'm going to be homeless because I said, I'm actually thinking I'm going to be homeless because I don't have a job and these bills keep coming, and I can't do it no more. I'm tapped out of resources. And
pause. She's tapped out of resources. This is what Princella says all the time. Women don't really want men. Women need resources. She's doing all of this because she's out of resources and she needs a place to stay. So women need other women with resources to help each other, to depend on. Money is a made up resource that they force us to have to go out and just work hard for and to depend on men for. That's why, y'all, I don't want to get into it. I've been saying that's why they're changing these laws, trying to put women back in the home with men. That's why they don't want to pay us the same as men. That's why they can't let women get as educated, because once we have the resources, the fake money that they print, we don't need them. We're seeing this right here. This is a good example of when women don't have resources, they get desperate and they try to latch on to men because they've been told that men are providers and protectors. And so that's who women go towards instead of trying to build community with other women and just having those like natural resources, like growing your food, making your clothes, just doing stuff that where you don't have to depend on money from the government. But that's a whole nother subject. She's trying to back herself into another trap. She's trying to get out of this situation, but she's trying to trap herself by marrying this man that doesn't want to marry her. And she's lucky that he told her no. She's lucky.
And I think I'm gonna end up, if you don't let me live with you, I'm gonna end up in my car, living in my car, something like being actually homeless. And he goes, well, plenty of millionaires have lived in their car before.
Okay, let me translate again. Girl, I don't care what you do. I don't want to marry you. I don't want you to live with me. Go live in your car and get out of my face. Yeah, that's what he said. I think I got it all.
What the fuck? So basically he said, yeah, no, I'm not going to help you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. I know it's hard, but basically he told me that you never really do have anybody to depend on, and you come alone in this world, and you are your own person, and you should be your number one priority because nobody else is going to be dependable, which I translated to, he is not someone I can depend on. Why would I ever?
So he's being honest with her, and she should appreciate it. But since women are so delusional, we don't appreciate honesty. We don't like the truth. So we get our feelings hurt. And he's telling her how he feels about her. He's letting her know why she was in his life for 11 months. You know, he didn't tell her before because he wouldn't have been able to get all the stuff that she gave him for those 11 months and drained her, basically. So I'm pretty sure she was spending money on him when she had a job. I'm pretty sure he got that too, even though he has his own money. She should have been getting money from him since he makes more, but I doubt she was. She was probably just getting dick down and dinner. And she was happy with that. And her bank account has been depleted. And he's just like, yeah, you can't depend on anybody, girl. That's why I keep telling y'all. Y'all keep talking about not all if you want to. Y'all better be independent. You better be selfish in 2025. Even if he doesn't tell you exactly what this man is telling her, they mean it. This man is just honest. All of them aren't going to be honest like him. They're going to keep playing with her and getting what they want. But I guess he's done. He's got what he wants. He's done.
Why would I ever marry someone that I can't depend on?
Ma'am, so far I have not heard this man say he wanted to marry you. I have not heard you say that he said he wanted to marry you. He was just saying that's a reasonable time. He didn't say he was going to marry you or wanted to. Y'all better start listening.
I'm a dependable person. I've had friends that I've let stay with me, that I've given a place to stay.
Because that's what women do when they are friends with each other. They help each other. We are not men. That's why you need community with women.
That I've been able to say, hey, you can lean on me. Don't worry about nothing. Take a break. I got you. So if I can be dependable to my friends, you can be dependable to your girlfriend.
You aren't his girlfriend, ma'am. I'm sorry to tell you.
It's not a crazy concept. Yeah, we do come in this world alone, but relationships are the whole reason of everything. You should be able to depend on the people around you, on your community.
Ladies, you cannot latch on to a man or try to latch onto a man who doesn't like you and expect them to be your community. Most of these men don't even like being around women. Even when they're married to them, they don't want to be around you. Like they're telling us online daily, and they're showing us. You have to build community with women. I'm sorry that y'all don't like women and y'all want these men to be your community and to be your everything and to do all the things that your girlfriends or your sisters or your girl cousins might do for you. She just said it herself, what she would do for her friends and what they would do for her. The men are not women. They are not us. Y'all got to give it up in 2025. They're not us. They're not your community.
They should be people that you can say, hey, you do owe a responsibility to the people you love and the people you care about. And apparently he doesn't think that way. And I don't think I can be in a relationship with someone who doesn't think that way. And so I decided that I kind of ghosted him. I just stopped talking to him, and I probably will never speak to him again. That really turned me off. And yeah, that's why I broke up with my boyfriend, because he said it was okay that I be homeless. I should be homeless while he goes home to his 3-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood and rubs his feet together under his nice comforter set, his nice sheet set, and watches his 70-inch TV on the wall and twiddles his thumbs together while I'm out in my car in the cold. Talking about he's gonna give me a blanket for Christmas so I don't be cold. You gonna get you a new bitch for Christmas. I ain't even.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but you broke up with an imaginary boyfriend. This man told you he was going to get you a blanket so you won't be cold. He was playing in your face, and he literally hated you for a whole year and just was getting sex from you. That you didn't break up with your boyfriend, ma'am. I'm sorry. But y'all, let's get into what some of the ladies had to say about her situation. And then she also did a part 2, and we'll come back and go through part 2 of what she had to say.
Why I came on here, the reason why I have an opinion about this is because a lot of times us young women, older women, whatever you want to call us, we tend to assume that because we want something, a man wants it too. I heard her say, and I'm gonna probably be all over the place, but I just want to point out some things. One thing this beautiful young lady said, that he has his own house, he has his own car, he has all this business, all that kind of stuff. She probably didn't even say car, but I know she for a fact she said he has his own house, 3-bedroom. He's starting up a business and all that kind of stuff. That is his, right? And y'all are not married, so you can't depend on that. That's one. 2, I understand that she just lost her job, which means that she can fall on hard times. But my question to her is, when did you know that you were falling on hard times. You stated that you had $100,000 in your account, and then all of a sudden you didn't have anything inside of your account. You went to zero. Now you're about to be homeless. Your bills are your priorities. So what did you put first? Did you put out dating? Did you put out clothes? Did you put out whatever it was? That's your business, you know, but at the same time, you knew that you had bills to take care of. No, you did not think that that you were going to lose your job. But did you put money to the side in case of an emergency? We can't assume that the man that we're with is going to, especially if he has a house and he has a business that he has to put money into. Do you really know the ins and outs of a business? Do you know what he's going through? We can't assume that he can do that. Y'all are not together. Like, y'all are together, but y'all are not married. He's not obligated to do it, just to put that out there. Yes, as a man, if he wants to do it, just like as a woman, if we want to do it, we'll do it. And I think that's where relationships get messed up. A person is not obligated to do anything for you. If they want to do it, they will. Let's touch bases about the fact that she was like, she called him and she said, I'm having to come and stay with you because I'm about to live in my car. I don't have no money on bills. I don't have no money to do anything. It's not what you said, it's how you said it. I'm not sure if that's the way you said it, but you didn't even ask. You told him, I'm coming to stay with you. As a woman, I have my own place. And I'm going to be honest with you, I could date right now, but I don't want no man coming to stay with me. Like, I don't. The reason I say that is because once you stay with each other, it's a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different, it's just different. But before we even talk about the fact that you didn't ask him, you basically told this man that you call a man that you've been dating for 11 months, that you have to come and stay with him, and you assumed that it was okay because he had his friend staying with him. You can't put up bills. There's a chance that his friend is. There's also a chance that he have another life. There's a chance that him and his friend is dating. Not dismissing any of that, because that is a chance. But once again, you didn't ask. You told him. And if you did ask, the way that your video says it, you did not ask. Also, like you said, you also said that you told him that you expect to be married or about to get married in a year going into this, and he agreed, and he was like, oh, that's a good plan, but that's what you wanted. That's what you wanted, darling. And once again, we have to stop assuming that just because a man acknowledges what we say, that does not mean that that's what he wants. And from my understanding, you can find somebody and somebody can find you and be like, well, I want to marry this girl today. I want to marry this girl next week. And they last forever. I was in a relationship for 5 years. That was my fault. I assumed that we were going to get married. I assumed that he was going to be all of that, right? But because I assumed, I was wrong. And a lot of times, like, you are worthy, young lady. You are beautiful. And a lot of times we assume and think that because we told a man something, then that's what it's going to be. That's not necessarily true.
Told her that basically this is going to be some character building shit that she's going to have to go through, and he's not going to be there to help her and hold her hand through the way. Now, I knew that men was out here doing these women bad or whatever, but like, this takes the cake. To be giving your body to somebody, sleeping with somebody, spending your time with somebody, giving your energy to somebody, probably cooking them meals, stressing about them, and then at the end of the day, when shit comes to shit in your life, you can't have them to depend on for a place to lay your head when they done came and laid in your bed. That is beyond, I don't even got a word for it, y'all, but honey.
So the word is either crazy or delusional, and it is what women have been doing forever, because women have been giving their bodies to men and cooking and cleaning and doing all of these things, especially black women. And black women haven't been getting anything in return, because most of the time black men don't have their own cars, their own apartments, houses. usually, well, at least in America, black women are more educated, the most educated group in America. So usually black women have those things when their counterparts don't. So y'all are looking at this like this is like so crazy, but black women really have never ever really benefited from anything from black men. We have not. The majority of black women haven't. So I don't know why y'all are so shocked. I think the reason everybody is so shocked is because he was just so blunt and straightforward with it. He didn't lie to this girl about nothing. From the story, he wasn't telling her any fantasies or fairy tales. She was literally the delusional one and put herself in the situation. She lied to herself. He didn't have to lie to her. He sat back and let her lie to herself. That's basically what he did. And I think this is what a lot of them do. A lot of them do this. And women are so like mad about it. But if you just like shut up, stop talking so much and listen to them and look at their actions towards you, you'll see like, no, they don't like you. They don't. He got so much out of her in those 12 months. He literally hit a gold mine, and he's not the only man. A lot of men are like literally hitting gold mines with every woman that they come in contact with. And that's why they think they're the prize. Like they really think they're the prize because they are. Look what y'all are doing for them. And all they have to do is tell you no. When you say, I need to come live with you, or all they have to do is say no. And they didn't lose anything. They gained so much. This is not his fault. This is her fault.
I know y'all seen a story time about that girl, how she ghosted her boyfriend, I believe on New Year's, because she asked can she move in with him and he told her no. They were together for like a year or so and he had all these excuses on why she couldn't move in with him. And then on top of that, he lived into a big nice house and he had roommates, like other dudes that were living with him that he said were his friends or whatever. I'm sorry, but after she said he was African, that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. Then he went back home for like a while for whatever reason. Ma'am, he went to see his wife and kids. He has a family back home and he's up here living a double life. And yeah, there were like a lot of red flags throughout that entire story that were ignored. But you know what? It's better late than never. I'm just glad that she was able to come up out of that situation before things took a whole different turn. Honestly, him being African should have been the first red flag. I'm just playing. Not all African dudes are bad. Just like not all Jamaican men are bad. But yeah.
So yeah, if he's African, he's a businessman, he's Ghanaian. Yeah, he has a whole nother family in Ghana. And he has side chicks here that come to his apartment that he didn't want you to run into. So yeah, that's why you couldn't move in with him. Anyway, she made a part 2. So let's get into the part 2 of what she had to say.
Okay, so I have come to clear my name because it's getting crazy in the comments. I just want to answer some questions and clarify some things about the situation of, if you didn't watch the last video, basically my boyfriend said I should live in, it's okay that I'd be homeless, live in my car. And he wasn't going to help me. I think this whole situation, I've just finished crying. This whole year has just been horrible for me, but y'all don't care. Let's get straight to it. So the roommate situation, when he moved in that house, people were asking me, how do I know it's his house? I know it's his house because when I first even went to this house, he had like frames on the wall, like pictures of himself that he had blown up and put on the wall in the living room. Also, he has like pictures of when he bought the house, like holding the little, sold sign. When I asked him about why he had his best friend living with him, he told me that a little while after he had moved in, he had started to it was quiet. He didn't say he was lonely. He said that it was quiet. The house was too quiet. I don't know if he asked the best friend or the best friend asked him, but the best friend was there. Is he paying bills? People are asking me, is the best friend paying rent? I don't know, y'all. I know for sure that he's not paying utilities. I don't know if he's paying rent or not. He's also not the only person that lives in that house, okay? He has this Asian guy that is living with him in the 3rd bedroom because there's 3 bedrooms. When I first asked him, how does he know this Asian guy? He said that he was a friend of a friend. One of his friends, I think in DC or New York, something like that, had a friend who was moving to Charlotte for a job and needed a place to stay. That's what his original story was. When I asked him again, like when we were talking about the roommate situation and me feeling like I don't think you should have roommates. You have a good job. He was saying like, oh, me and the Indian, we're good friends. We're really good friends. Him and the Asian guy, we're really good friends. I don't know when they became really good friends, because at first he said that it was a friend of a friend. I don't know if he's a liar, or, I mean, technically it's possible that he started off as a friend of a friend and became really good friends with him. But now he's telling me, oh, that's his really good friend. So here's when I realized that, and is the Indian man paying rent? I don't know, y'all. And these are probably questions I should have asked, but I didn't want to get too deep into his business. He's also super mysterious. Like, he answers questions in a way that makes me think that he don't want to answer them. So here's when I realized that maybe it's not what I seen. I was on Facebook scrolling. I found this like roommate group on Facebook of people posting like, I'm renting this room, and people who are looking to move into people's houses. I find this group. I already think y'all already know what's about to happen. I find this group. I'm scrolling in the group, looking at all the possibilities of people renting their rooms in Charlotte, because maybe I might be homeless. Maybe I might need to rent a room. So I come across a house, and I'm like, hold on. I know this house. I've seen this house before. This is his house. I click the profile. This is his name. So he's renting a room in his house for $1,000, utilities included. So I don't know if it's his best friend that's moving out or the Asian guy. I assume it's the Asian guy. His best friend is 40, mind you. And he's been living there for a while. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. But I'm assuming that the Asian guy moved out. He never told me that the Asian guy was moving out. He never discussed this with me. I mean, it's not my house, but we had conversations about like, if we're gonna get married, we can't get married if there's people living here. And he decided to omit that information. Why he decided not to tell me that the Asian guy was moving, I'm sure he had his reasons, but he never told me that. It was a big shock and surprise. When I texted him about it, he said, oh, I said, is this your house? He said, oh, LOL, yeah, that's my house. Whatever that means. Okay, so the other thing I want to speak on, because there's so much to say and it's not even going to fit in this video either. So he's African, he's Ghanaian. A lot of people ask what ethnicity he was. He's African. He is currently in Africa. He left the day before Thanksgiving. He's been gone ever since. This is not the first time he's gone to Africa. When I said he has an okay job, I meant he has a good job. He makes 6 figures at his job. He's highly educated. He also has a business that he's starting on the side. He's doing, I don't want to tell you too much information because I don't want you to know who he is, because I don't know. And he's doing real estate. He's starting a real estate company in Ghana. He's there right now checking on the house that he's building to sell. He's building a house there to sell. He's gone to Ghana before. In like June to August, he went to Ghana. He said he was going to stay for a month. He stayed for 2.5 months. It created a significant strain in our relationship, but he came back, everything was fine. He decided to tell me that he was going to go to Ghana throughout the holiday season. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. This is our first holidays together. I think we should be together for our very first holidays. He tells me, no, I have to go. I have to go. I need to oversee some things that are going on with the project. It's way past due. The house has been supposed to be built. I need to be there. I'm thinking, what kind of things are they going to be doing over the holiday season? Like, it's freaking Christmas. What are they going to be doing? Like, what tools are you going to get in? People are going to be on break. But he said that he needed to be there to oversee some things. He did not take no for an answer. And then when I pushed him about it, he said, well, you get to see your family all the time. I want to go see my family. Now it becomes less of, I'm going to check on the house, and more of, I want to see my family for Christmas. What he's really doing there, I don't know. Do I think that maybe he has a secret family there, because people keep asking me that? I don't know, man. I don't know the damn thing. I'm focused on the bills, okay? I need somebody to pay these bills. I'm not concerned about if he has secret families in Ghana. He said he would be back before New Year's. Clearly he's a liar, so he's not here. He's still not here. And I think that space, though, was what I needed to give me distance to be able to look at the relationship from a different point of view. Also, for the people that are asking me, why can't I just go live with my parents? My father is dead. He died to cancer when I was 12, and my mom is not really doing well. Also, I live in a completely different state than all my family lives in, and I don't even know if I have the funds to travel to a different state. When we had the conversation about me moving in, and I told him that I needed to move in with him, I asked him, y'all. I know I said in the video, but I asked him. I said if it was okay, and that's why he gave me the response that no, it's not okay. He ended up saying we're not moving in until we're married. So if you're ready to get married, I'm ready to get married. Really, that's not the proposal of my dreams. I don't know if it's anybody else's proposal, and I don't know if he was serious or not. Like, but to say like, oh, we got married because I was almost homeless is not the proposal of my dreams. It was very demeaning for him to just say that, like, oh, let's just get married then. Since you're ready to move in, let's just get married. That was very demeaning. I didn't appreciate that. I didn't like that. And I felt like that was the catalyst for me to say, even if you offered me a place to stay right now, I wouldn't even move in, because now I feel like I've begged you for it. I don't want anything that I had to fight for. I don't want a man to do something for me because I begged him to do it. I want him to do something for me because he wants to do something for me. So if you don't have it in you, you're not my man. Maybe you're somebody else's man, but this isn't going to be for me. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Like, this is the highlight of my year because it's been horrible. It's been hard, but I thank everybody for saying nice things and backing me, because I was starting to think that maybe I was the one in the wrong and that I had unrealistic goals. So thanks everybody for saying that I was not asking for too much and he should have been there for me. So this has been a really humbling experience for me. This year has been the year of humbling, 2024, and hopefully we don't do this again, because baby, I ain't got the enemy to be fighting.
So yeah, ladies, I hope we all learned something from this. I don't see anything that he did wrong. If he did anything wrong to you, please get down in the comments and let me know what he did wrong. But he didn't lie to her about anything that I can see, other than he has a family in Ghana. I know that for sure. He didn't tell her that he's married and has kids in Ghana. But did he lie about it, or did he just omit it? Not mentioning it, I guess, is a lie. But other than that, she pushed herself up on him. She assumed they were in a relationship, and she assumed that he's supposed to help her because they're in a relationship, because they were having sex and dinner sometimes, maybe. She blew through her money. I have no idea how she blew through her money. Like, she was probably spending money on him and paying for dates and stuff for him, and he was probably accepting it because he's a bandit, obviously. He's there to get what he can get, and so obviously if she's paying for stuff, he's going to take it. If she's giving him the box, he's going to take it. And then he's not he wasn't obligated to let her stay with him, and kudos to him. That's what he should do. If you don't want somebody staying with you, a lot of y'all be letting these men move in with y'all, and y'all don't want them staying with you. You really don't. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all probably do, because a lot of women are desperate to have to have dick. So y'all yeah, I'm going to help my baby. That's my man. But that's what y'all should do. As women in 2025, be really selfish. Be selfish. As a woman, it should be a complete turnoff for you to be dating a man who doesn't have his own anyway. A man that asked you to live with him, women should get... I meant a man that asked you, can he live with you? And and the men take full advantage of it. They drive your car, they drive to go get their side chicks, and they take full advantage of it. But y'all want to be nice. Y'all got a kind heart. Y'all are loving. That's my boyfriend. And this man ain't never said he was your boyfriend. Y'all better stop it. Y'all better stop it. I hope y'all learned something. If you're still here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I will talk to you ladies later. Bye.